Hello, I'm Jeff Flake, Congressman from Arizona's 6th District. Last week, the Obama administration confirmed that the budget deficit for fiscal year 2012 will be $1.1 trillion. This will mark the 4th year in a row that the federal government has spent more than it has taken in, to the tune of over $1 trillion. With the school year underway across the country, it's not comforting to think that the class of 2012, who were freshmen along with this president, graduated without knowing what it was like to be in high school without the term trillion-dollar deficit being ever present in the news. And what do we have to show for this prolonged and record-setting federal spending? The U.S. unemployment rate was 7.8 the month President Obama took office, the same as it was this month. Home values have gone down by over 10%, and gas prices have more than doubled. The Obama administration added over $5 trillion to the national debt for this. President Obama undoubtedly inherited a fragile economy, but he's done little to improve it. In fact, rather than take a lesson, his answer to persistently weak jobs numbers is pressure to spend another $500 billion on legislation that would fail to take steps to deal with the economic slowdown. While House Republicans have passed a budget that addresses our challenges head-on, Democrats in the Senate have failed to even attempt to do their homework. They have not passed a budget in over 1,200 days. And though the private sector is straining under the financial uncertainty facing the economy, perhaps worse yet is a regulatory certainty this administration appears bent on guaranteeing. If Arizona is in any way a microcosm for regulatory overreaches, and I think it is, then it is no wonder the economy is struggling. Whether it's locking up prime mining lands in northern Arizona to responsible mining, considering expensive and unnecessary requirements on power plants that could threaten water deliveries across the state, forcing state and local governments to shell out precious dollars to just get off the regulatory hook for dust storms they can't prevent or control, or threatening hotels and resorts with requirements to install permanent lifts in every pool and spa, there seems to be no end to the regulatory appetite of this administration. My wife Cheryl and I celebrated some great news this week. We became grandparents for the first time. Aiden Jeffrey Flake was lucky enough to be born in the greatest country in the world. While it will be years before he's ready to start school, his share of the national debt is already over $50,000. If we continue along our current budget trajectory, our grandson is simply not going to have the same opportunities that my grandparents created for me. I know that I'm joined by many when I say, I will simply not let that happen. It is my hope that the recess from fiscal sanity that the last 4 years have represented is over. As bad as our fiscal challenges are, it's not too late. The bell is rung, and it's time for us to get to work.